Denver International Airport is a fun airport to go plane spotting at for a variety of reasons. From all the Frontier, United, and Southwest aircraft to all the Heavies, you're always in for some fun at DIA. Join me as we go plane spotting at Denver International Airport on a beautiful winter afternoon. Let's get into this, everybody. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys have a fantastic day today. And today we have plane spotting at Denver International Airport for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video, and without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Welcome to Denver International Airport here for some plane spotting on January 4th, 2023. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video, as we have so much plane spotting to go into in today's video. We have a bunch of super cool catches here and some beautiful weather here in Denver, and I am super excited for this, and I hope you guys are as well. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're looking for any information pertaining to why I decided to come on this day trip and go spotting, the Southwest Airlines trip report I did coming into Denver, or any other material from this trip, feel free to check it out, as we have a bunch of it posted. So a bunch of really great information to go into, but let's go ahead and get started with today's spotting. So welcome to Denver International Airport, everybody. We've just got in on the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 that brought us in from Tulsa, so feel free to check out that trip report if you have not already. And it was already really cool to get to see that Canyon Blue Southwest 737-800, because as you guys know, they are really going fast. So what a great way to start plane spotting in this beautiful view. And as you guys know, I've been wanting to come back to Denver for such a long time because I wasn't able to get good weather during my last visit. So I'm really excited for today's spotting, as it was the weather was just fantastic in general. So let's go ahead and get into this, everybody. So here's the Southwest 737-700 that brought us in from Tulsa, looking fantastic. And welcome to the Terminal C patio, everybody. This is one of the best plane spotting locations at Denver International Airport, especially in the afternoon when the lighting's really good. Be sure to come here if you ever have a layover at Denver International Airport or have some time to kill, or if you're here in the morning, definitely go over to Terminal B West patio, as that one will be nicely lit in the morning. So let's go ahead and get started. So here we go. One of the coolest parts of the ramp is that the Denver Air Connection ramp is right in front of you at this patio. So that's what we're finding here with this Embraer J-145 for Denver Air Connect. This was a leased one, as it has a navy, gray, and red stripes. So that was super cool to see. And here's that picture we started with the Denver Air Connection Embraer J-145 getting ready to push back. So super cool. What a unique airline. Really would like to fly them sometime. So super cool to see them here. And here's the United Airlines first aircraft of today. This is the Airbus A340 getting towed over to the maintenance hangar. We'll be seeing a bunch of this today as they tow a bunch of planes here at Denver. So that's super cool. And you also have the really cool Keyline Air line maintenance van, which is very cool to see right there. So that's fantastic. Absolutely love that effort right there. The computer's been a little slow to load today, so hopefully it'll get a little bit better. But here's the other Denver Air Connect Embraer, or the same one, the 145, in the Southwest 737 taxiing in. If my computer will load, I apologize. There we go. So super cool to get to see a bunch of these today and get ready for them. Speaking of which, here's that 145 getting ready to go. And then here is another Southwest Airlines 737-700. As I said, we're going to see a bunch of these today. But just look at the view right here. Was super stoked about how nice this looks from the snow on the ground to the aircraft taxiing. It just looks fantastic. So I was super happy about that. So that's what we're finding right here, is taxiing in. And then the taxiway going east to west is really nicely lit at this point in the winter at 1 p.m. That's about the time it is, by the way, here. And then it gets better for the runways here, as I'll show you here in just a moment. So here's the Denver Air Connect 145 pushing back right here, and as you can see, what a great looking aircraft. Just looks so good in that lighting. So yes, keep in mind that the sun is more southern in this point in the year, and then we'll set over to the southwest. Our first aircraft taxiing. So what we're going to find here with this spotting location, it's really good for the south flow, which is aircraft landing 17, because you can see all the aircraft landing on runway 17 right, and then you get to see all the aircraft taxiing in after landing on the other 17 runway, or any aircraft going over to Terminal C. Plus you get the aircraft taxiing over to runway 8, which is a bunch of eastbound departures. That's what we're finding here with this Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200. This is really cool, as this aircraft is going over to New York John F. Kennedy, but it's also a Gen 1 aircraft. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the L3 door on the Gen 1 aircraft that Delta got from TWA following that situation. So it's really cool to see this aircraft, as I don't get to see many of these. They're mainly out of New York, so it was really cool to get to see this aircraft heading back over there. So that was fantastic. What a good looking aircraft as well. 710 Tango Whiskey, sorry, I just had lunch, but looking fantastic here, and taxiing over to runway 8, like I said, because that's where a bunch of the eastbound departures go. So Really smart and a really cool setup here by Denver. Also, sorry about the camera work. I was trying to get everything situated, so that's why you may see some fuzzy pictures here. Next, we have another Canyon Blue Southwest 737-800 taxiing in. As I said, there's not many of these left, and I believe as of the time of recording this video, the last blended Canyon Blue 800 is now gone. So crazy to think about that, but it was still super cool to get to catch them while we could. So that was fantastic. Denver Air Connect pushing with Southwest in the background was really cool. American Airlines Airbus A321 taxiing out for departure. American Airlines now parking at Terminal C, which is super interesting. So that was interesting to see the last time I was at Denver. We'll see that coming up in the future, but this is my last time seeing them out of A, and here's this American 737-800 taxiing out too. So really cool to get to see all these American Airlines airplanes, and it was fantastic. It was definitely very cold this day, as you can see by the weather and how that would imply. So you can see that the 145 needs some smoke to get started up there, so that was really cool to get to capture that. So with these aircraft aging, that's definitely to be expected, especially in these colder weather conditions. So it was very cool to get to see this. I've really not got to get a really good picture of this situation ever happening where an aircraft needed to do that to get started. So that was really cool. And again, I apologize, the internet, or not internet, the computer is slowly loading. Typically it's internet for me, but no, now it's the computer. But nevertheless, here's the Denver 140 or Denver Air Connection 145 taxiing out with service out to somewhere. They have a really cool network here out of Denver, of course, so that's fantastic. First catch here, landing on runway 17 right. As you can tell, the view is really nice once you navigate the patio in the window. Here we go with this Frontier Airbus A320neo. This is so on the Puerto Rican Parrot. Really cool to see this aircraft. I think this is one of their best looking ones in the fleet. Lighting starts to get better as the day progresses, but as you can see, we got some really good shots going here. Beautiful airplane. I love the Parrot on tail. This one, they're newer Neos as well. So that was excuse me, guys. I apologize. That was fantastic to get to see right there. So was super happy to get to catch that. Very nice. Okay, and another Southwest 737. We're going to see a bunch of these today, so get ready for that. And here's the United 737-900ER landing in. We'll see a bunch of these too. Both Continental Globe and Evo Blue. I apologize, the computer's trying to load up the additional shots here. It was tough to get the focus going at this point since, you know, you had the window to navigate and everything. Keep in mind, I did go back inside since it was pretty cold, and the window will still provide good shots like this. You just got to get your focus going, which I did end up getting after these first couple aircrafts. So it was certainly nice to get to see that, but I was trying to get rid of the glare and everything, so by holding my hand up right to the lens. So I was trying to get everything navigated, but it ended up working out well. As you can see with this Southwest 737-700 landing in right here. So absolutely fantastic and a really good assortment of aircraft in general. So really loving this effort right here. Okay, next up we have that Southwest taxiing over for 17 right departure, and then a Volaris Airbus A320 with fence tip service over to Guadalajara. Really cool to get to see this aircraft as there are not many of these left, so I was very happy about this. Mainly you're going to find the A320s with sharklets and the A320 Neos, so it's really cool to get to see an A320 with fence tips, especially in very unique weather conditions. Pretty hard to do that for Volaris, so I was very happy about that. They fly to some snowy climates, but not many, so was very happy about that. Taking off runway 17 right, and then another Southwest, and then here we go with this Frontier Airbus A320 Neo. This is Buck the Pronghorn, so certainly very cool to get to see this aircraft as well. I was really excited about all these Frontier planes to catch because they have a really diverse assortment, so it was really cool to get to see all these, and as you can tell, the landings were diverse here on 17 right, so was very happy about that. Again, I apologize about the computer. I'm trying to get that to load, but it's obviously not doing too well. Southwest 737 taxiing in. How about this Denver Air Connection Ember, or this is not an Ember, excuse me, Metro liner. Was very unique to get to see. This is my first time really getting a good shot of one, not to mention that we have some better shots of it taxiing in, so I was super stoked about that. A very unique catch, and I was very excited to knock that off the list, so that was fantastic. Here's that Southwest taxiing in as well, and our first dumpster of the day comes with this Evo Blue CRJ 200 coming in from somewhere. They still have quite a few of these going, so that's what we're going to find with this aircraft. And here's that 145 again loading up, so that was fantastic. Very nice. Apologies about the computer. It seems to not want to load. So there we go. Here's this American Airlines Airbus A321 with CFMs landing here on runway 17 right. We're going to see a bunch of these today. They have several in the fleet, so very nice to get to see this right here. And that United taxiing in, or taxiing out actually, that's a 737-800, first one of the day. And the exposure was trying to get that just right too, so there we go. But here comes the Denver Air Connect, or sorry, this is the Metro liner. I'm sorry, I used to say Ember because we talked about that one so many times. I was really happy with these corner shots. I thought they came out super well. So a little bit of exposure to be added there, and we'll have some good shots in hand. There's the 737-900, and here comes the Metro liner into the ramp. You can tell the window's a little bit dirty, but overall not too bad. Really good clarity here once you can get the aircraft close to you, and that looks fantastic. So again, taxiing in. Really interesting to see a CJ one here, or sorry, is this M2? Is that what it says? M2, I'm sorry, okay, I thought this was a CJ, but this is M2 landing in, very unique. You don't see a bunch of biz jets at Denver. They mainly go to Centennial Airport. APA is the airport code, so that's where you're going to go if you want to see the biz jets, but we did get one here at DIA, so that was cool. Southwest 737-800 taxiing out right there, so first 800 a day. And here's another Frontier Airbus A320neo. This time it's going to be Francie, the piping plover. I think it's some sort of bird. Pretty cool plane. I definitely haven't seen that one in a while, so not the best shots there, but we're working with it. First Continental Globe 145 of the day, so that was certainly nice to get to see. And United 737-800. Also, I apologize about a little bit of vignetting. I'll be able to edit those all out for the official shots. Southwest landing in right there. Fantastic. A bunch of those, and we do get to see some specials, I think, later on in the day, so get ready for that. Continental Globe A319. There's a bunch of Evos out there, so I was glad to get to see a Continental Globe there. Taxiing on the inner taxiway, keep in mind. And here's the Frontier Airbus A321 first one today, powdered the polar bear. It was really cool to get to see this, and if you saw my Instagram reel, you'll probably know what's coming next. This aircraft was going really slow, and then this United 737-800 was going speed run mode and absolutely surpassed it quickly, so that was a really fast taxi, but it was cool to get to see that, and the Instagram reel really captures that well. Tried to go from a best double shot here. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out, but that's okay. Let's see if we can get this computer to load here, but we have Mia the Dolphin, a Frontier Airbus A320neo, a model of which Aero Classics made a while back, is currently landing here at 17 right. So it was really cool to get to see Mia the Dolphin for the first time. It's a really good tell for Frontier, in my opinion. And again, I apologize about the sharp. That's a really cool shot. I apologize. Very neat as well, because not many aircraft go, well, a decent amount of aircraft, but not all of them go over to 17 left for takeoff. This aircraft's landing 17 right. So, but nevertheless, I apologize about the clarity. Was really trying to get that working, but it takes some time here in a new setup. So yeah, that's not the last picture quite yet. I have to do them in rounds on previews, so that's why it does that. Another United Airlines Airbus A319 landing in right here. Beautiful aircraft. Love the snow on the ground. We're really starting to get that clarity working, and the exposure can definitely be edited in. So there we go. Polar taking off on runway 17 light. A little bit of haze. It was pretty far out there, so that makes sense. Another Continental Globe 145 taxiing out for departure. In Aero Mexico 737-800 currently landing in right here on runway 17 right, coming in from Mexico City. Number 1 of 2 for today. So get ready for some more of those here in a little bit. Very nice. Another American 737 taxiing out. Quite a few of these. These and 321s are really your highlight here at Denver. And a beautiful, absolutely stunning United Airlines Boeing 777-200ER currently taxiing into the ramp. What a stunning aircraft. Just so big, and it looks fantastic compared to some of the small aircraft we've seen so far in today's video. So was that 210? 213 Uniform Alpha is the aircraft, so very cool to get to see that. 210 is a really popular one, but 213 is also fantastic. Another Southwest 737-800, they still have quite a few of those going on at Denver, so they try to get those spread out throughout the hub, so that's absolutely fantastic too. Good looking shot right there. And then this United 737-900 also taxiing in as well. There we go. That looks really solid. We got the United 737-900 landing in here on runway 17 right in the Evo blue livery, so I was happy about that. And American Airlines Airbus A321. Again, the lighting's starting to get better, so we absolutely love to see that. CFM this time here on the 321. Then we got a bunch of planes, man. Denver is loaded. Here's another Southwest 737-800 currently taxiing out for departure. Several of those. And here's this United 737-800 as well. So it's going to be Southwest United Frontier, Southwest United Frontier, Southwest United American. Kidding, of course, but quite a few. And here's another Southwest 737-800. I believe that is the end of this round of shots. So let's go ahead and load the next round of shots. Alrighty, everybody, here we go back in action with the Southwest 737-800. Again, there were several of these, so certainly very nice to get to see this right here, and also with the plane on top right there. That's fantastic. Still looking very good right there as we see this aircraft land. Those corner shots were really hard, so I apologize about those. More Southwest because we just have so much of it. And how about a Continental Globe CRJ200 for SkyWest? And there we go. United Airlines Boeing 737-800 Star Alliance landing in with the Continental Globe winglet. Super cool to get to see this. I've got to see this aircraft several times, so it's certainly very cool. And also considering that I have the model. Really good shots right here. Just need to get rid of that vignetting. When I'm zoomed out far on the camera, it's going to make these black rings that you can kind of see on the outside there, and that is vignetting. So nevertheless, looking fantastic here. Just needs a little bit of exposure and a little bit of work, and it's going to be looking really, really nice. So what a loaded spotting session. My goodness, this has been very good so far, and I was super happy about the lineup. And at Denver, the aircraft really split. Runway sides 1.7 and I think 1.6, pending with the direction of flight. So that's why I was like, hopefully most of them land on my side. But yeah, I got very lucky, so I was very happy about that. We'll see that later through the video. United 737-900 and another Southwest 737-800. Man, there was a whole fleet of them, so it was really cool to get to see all these various aircraft. So taxiing into the ramp. Let me know if you like the Southwest 737-700 or 800 more. I'd be curious to hear. Very cool United CRJ-200 landing in. It took some time to get the focus going. I think it was just the window made it kind of challenging, but it ended up getting better as the day progressed. Here's this United 737-800 landing in a Max. How about that? United Southwest 737 Max. And here's a Canyon Blue taking off over here, so very cool. And this Max looks very good too. So I don't think I got a double Max shot. No, I did not. Okay, I tried a couple later in the day, so we'll see that. But here's this Max landing in. Much more 800s than Maxes. But here's this 145 that finally pushed back in the United 320. Currently taxiing out for departure. And how about this pencil? United Boeing 757-300. Beautiful looking aircraft taxiing out for departure. Really cool with the snow on the ground. I think it's a very unique shot right there, and I was very happy with the outcome of that effort. So ultimately very good and a beautiful looking plane. As you can tell, I was not giving up on it for a while. Also cool when planes taxi down this alley for good lighting too on 509 Gulf uniform, but again, it's kind of hit or miss. And here comes that Southwest back into the ramp. A couple of Cirrus clouds there in the background were nice backdrops that ended up dissipating pretty quickly, but again, just a beautiful day overall. Here's this United 175 landing in. Would end up flying on these later in the day, so I was very excited about that. Just a beautiful angle here on this United Airlines Boeing 777-200. Just, oh man, that's absolutely awesome. I think this is coming in from Washington Dulles, I believe, was this inbound aircraft. Just a beautiful airplane. I don't think I need to speak on this too much for how awesome this aircraft is, and it was super cool to get to see it here. Again, you know what? I know this video is already pretty long, but I just got to scroll back for a moment to just take a look at that. I mean, that's just, oh, she's pretty, man. She's very pretty. So again, was super glad to get to see that. Ultimately a really pretty plane. So very awesome to see that. Ultimately a beautiful aircraft. So that's fantastic. Here's this United 737-900 in this jet blue Airbus A320 high-rise tail. Also cool to get to see this. It's kind of tough where I go plane spotting and get to see jet blue a bunch, especially here in Oklahoma. So I was really glad to get to see this jet blue, and hopefully we'll see more of them soon. Here's Ward the Beaver. How about this Beaver landing into a different climate on Frontier's A320neo, another fairly new one. So it was really cool to get to see the Beaver landing in. So not going to complain with all these different animals. It had some really nice variety. Oh, this is the blue Scimitar Southwest 737-800. Really cool to see this, as they're kind of hard to find, but there are a couple 737-800s floating around with this blue Scimitar winglet. So was very happy about that. Sorry, it takes a moment here with how big these files are to zoom in and out. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I didn't mean to go that far out. There we go. So really cool to see that as well. And here's one of my favorite catches of the day. This is the Painted Bunny Georgia for Frontier on their Airbus A320neo. I have this model in my collection. I know a bunch of people that really like this tail as well, so I was really happy to catch this. It's a beautiful plane. I really like this angle here with both Painted Bunnies. Painted Bunnies are beautiful birds, from the navy to the red to the orange to the green to the light green. They're really, really cool, and I hope to see more of them in real life, but at least I got to see this one on this Frontier tail, so we absolutely love to see that effort. So that was super fun, and I was very happy about that. So that's on short final for only 17 right. ABX 767-200 taxiing out for departure. Beautiful looking plane. We got to see a couple of these land later on. Stay tuned. 774 Alpha X-Ray. Very nice. And another CRJ-200, because they just are everywhere. They fly everywhere around here. So absolutely love to see that. So crazy to think this is only half the traffic too. Southwest 737-700 landing, and I was trying to scroll back because I got to see that 767 shot with it. Dang it, it was fuzzy. Hate when the camera, this lens goes in and out of focus, but I love the 18-300 element. So trying to make that work, but hey, it's all good. And here we go. We're already 3 o'clock at this point. That was crazy to think about. But we have the Denver bus in the background with the gray, but we also have the Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900ER honoring those who serve. What a beautiful aircraft. I think I get a better angle here. Yeah, so what I did was, there's this restaurant I absolutely love in Terminal C. name slipping my mind, but it's on the corner. Really good restaurant. But I snuck into the window so I could get this shot. I have a better one on my iPhone too, but had to, man. I mean, this is a beautiful aircraft, and there's more where this came from. But first time capturing the 737-900, honoring those who served, and I was frustrated because it was like it landed on the other side. So I was like, dang it. So what can I do to get this aircraft anyways? I ended up walking around to go get it in the restaurant. So I was like, if you're not going to come to me, I'm going to come to you. And I didn't miss any specials on the other side in the meantime. So it worked out perfectly, and ultimately a super good aircraft. NG Models released it next month, and that will be an upcoming unboxing. So I think I don't need to write too much more besides thank you to our veterans. They are incredible people, and this is a beautiful airplane. So super glad to get to see my first honoring those who served, and we're on pace to get this one, 737-800 and the 175. So hopefully we'll be able to do that, but still fantastic to get this aircraft here in Denver. Just a beautiful plane, as you can see by these pictures. So really nice to get to see that, and also Spirit's A320 taxiing out for departure, and Southwest 737-700. But what was special about this one is this is the RM Model Store exclusive that got released a couple years ago, 963 Whiskey November. So super cool to see this aircraft flying around. It is a beautiful one, and I was really glad to get to see that. So that was super cool. And here's this Southwest 737 currently taxiing out for departure as we made it back to the patio at this point. Yes, UPS Boeing 767-300. Here we go with the afternoon cargo push. So this was one of two. I think this was a Louisville flight if I recall correctly. So certainly glad to get to see this here at landing in. Focus was so hit or miss, and the light poles are not a huge problem, but you do have to time it nicely to make it work. So, but UPS landing in, and here's another Southwest 737. You guessed it, because they're everywhere around here. So we absolutely love that effort as well. And here's another Southwest 737-700 landing in as well, November 732 Sierra Whiskey. It looks like they're taking after 737-200 a little bit there, so looking fantastic with that effort right there as well. And another one, that was 750. That one landed earlier, so glad to see the whole fleet taxiing out now. And then we have this Southwest Airlines 737-800 currently landing in as well. There's never in. How about a Southern Air Cessna Caravan 208, changing it up a little bit. They also fly into Denver, so really cool to get to see them taxiing into the ramp there, so that's fantastic. 732 taxiing in. Finally, Continental Globe 320 landing on our side. A bunch of Uniteds go to the other side, so finally nice to get to see a wardrobe malfunction, a triple wardrobe malfunction at that, landing here, as you can see, with the 3 different shades. So United mixing and matching and getting their parts on where we can. Speaking of which, another 320 with a huge wardrobe malfunction taxiing in. American 321 taxiing out CFM engines as well. There we go. Super happy that the BA 787-10 decided to take our side. British Airways has a beautiful Dreamliner, and I mean, I don't need to speak too much on that. Just very fortunate to be able to get to see it. It goes some days it'll go on 1.7, some days it'll go 1.6. So we're super glad that it came over our way for the beautiful lighting, and it was great to get to see this land. What a beautiful plane, and ultimately a really nice offering right there. At this point, the Lufthansa 350 already landed on the other side, but we'll see a follow-up to that here in a little bit, so stay tuned. But love that, and first really good 787-10 catch to my knowledge, so was really happy about that. Another Southwest taxiing in here. And this beautiful 777, I believe this is the one we watched land, so it's really cool to see it now getting towed over to the hangar. So beautiful airplane. I don't think I need to speak too much on that. Don't think I need to speak too much on that either. So there we go. And yes, there we go. Beautiful aircraft. They were taxiing back in Terminal A, by the way, but that's how big of a peripheral vision you can get at Terminal A. So super cool. FlexJet Cessna Citation 350, or not Cessna Citation, just a Challenger 350. That's better. Again, not many biz jets, so when you do get to see them here, it is a really special occasion. So very cool to get to see that. And here's this United 175 also getting towed over right in front of our face. So that was certainly a very cool aspect as well. First Delta in a while, 321 coming in. Delta has a pretty good presence, but most of their planes also land on the other side. So that's why we don't see them as much. So there we go. But they take off on this side more. So that's of note. Another Southwest and another 175, because those are workhorses here at DIA. I don't think I need to speak too much on that. Okay, I believe that is the end of this round of shots. So let's go ahead and load up another one. Alrighty, everybody, back to the action with another Southwest 737-800. I might have flew through one Quebec. Maybe it was Austin Love, but that one I recognize, so I may have got on that one. Finally, a Canadian Blue 737-700 here with 279 in a scimitar, so certainly nice to get to see those when we can. And that was 973 for Denver Air Connect 145 taxiing out. That probably landed when we were getting honoring those who served, so very nice. A CFM 321 is the lighting's really starting to get good now, and now we're starting to see planes that we saw land earlier, so that's cool. 737-800, and there goes that Frontier. So again, get ready for some repeats, but also some really good first, and we'll be seeing those here in a moment. So absolutely love the effort there as the computer's trying to load these new pictures because I've not looked at these yet. So there we go. Southwest taxing in, looking good. I think I've been on 3-1 Quebec. I'll have to double check on that, but that one sounds familiar. And there's that Aeromexico 737-800 taxiing out for departure, heading back to Mexico City. Beautiful livery, just a great looking aircraft overall. And man, the lighting's really starting to get crisp now, and this is what I was really excited for. So looking very good. Southwest 737 taxiing out for departure, and a Delta 321 taxiing out too. So all looking very good, and some editing to be done for sure. Well, actually, my brightness on my monitor is a little low, so that might be why I'm looking at these differently than before. Here's Ernie the Elk, the Frontier 320 Neo. Very excited to see this. I believe I've seen it before, so it was great to get to see it again no matter what. Load. Come on, computer. Patiently waiting because it's just doing what it needs to do. There we go. United CRJ200 and this Southwest 737 taxiing in as well, looking fantastic. And there's that 737 and that MAX. So as you can tell, it's getting down to just taking one per aircraft, make it a little bit more consolidated. So, but on landings, you know, with the focus and everything, take several so that you can get a good one. So that was the logic there. But when you make sure that the camera's focused and everything, that happens there. So there we go. Jack Vital landing in with this Southwest 737. Very cool to get to see this, as I saw this in DCA 4 years ago at this point, 4 or 5 years ago. So it was great to get to see that. And then here's this Sun Country 737-800. Very excited to see this as well, as I've always really wanted a nice clean shot of Sun Country, and with the snow on the ground, that gave the fuselage a really nice reflection there compared to what you typically find. So that was fantastic. There's the Jack Vital. Speaking of which, taxiing in. You always forget that Southwest has these little stickers until you find them like this. So that was really cool. Lighting's just getting crazy at this point with this United Airlines Airbus A320. Man, that's beautiful. I think it is the brightness on my monitor is why it looks a little dark to me, but I think they're all fine. So apologies about that, but nevertheless, looking fantastic. SkyWest house livery at long last, dumpster CRJ200. Great looking airplane, looks fantastic ultimately, especially when the computer would be willing to load. Come on. I mean, it is something good to look at least, so we can't complain with that effort. Come on. There we go. And here's the Beaver finally taxiing out long last, heading back to probably a more reasonable climate for it. Excuse me. Look how big those Neo engines are. My goodness. Barely missed a 320 there. My apologies on that, but you don't want to be missing any other aircraft. There's the moon. Don't want to be missing any other aircraft with how good this lighting's getting, so hopefully we get the full scope. Southwest 737, and here is another ABX 767-200 with the yellow nose cone landing in. We're certainly very glad to get to see 740 landing in here. Looking fantastic, and a very nice firm landing right there. Absolutely love that effort. And here's another Frontier Airbus A320 Neo. Bunch of Neos, man. They have a bunch of Neos. This is Sony the Lemon Shark. What a unique aircraft right here. Just had that's money right there, man. That's perfect. So as you can tell, lighting's make or break, man. It's incredible, and you can see how cool these shots are really starting to get. There's that United 175, and here's this Southwest 737. This is just when it started to get good. You can see all that crap on the fuselage. I'm not sure what happened there, but major wardrobe malfunctions at the very least. So looking very good right there. Come on, computer. There we go. Now, here's our second Aeromexico 737. Was very happy about this one, considering the absolutely gorgeous light on Delta Romeo Charlie. So very nice to get to see that. And then, yeah, I don't think I need to do much explaining for this JetBlue Airbus A320 in the, I can't believe why am I forgetting what the livery is called? It completely slipped my mind. But it's to support New York's finest, God, the livery completely slipped my mind. I'm forgetting what the livery name is, but man, what a beautiful plane. I don't think I need to say a livery name. I mean, it just speaks for itself, but I apologize for completely blanking on the livery name, but that's stunning. I don't think I need to do any talking on that. Landed on the other side earlier before I landed, and now it's departing out on this side. Was so happy when I saw it taxiing. I was so excited. So don't think I need to speak too much on that. United Airlines Airbus A319. Man, this is loaded, man. You ever expect Denver to be so loaded? They have really grown as an airport, and as you can see with all the various aircraft they're getting, they definitely are representing that well. So I was very happy about that. Commuter at 145. Not many Evos around here. There's the United 737-900. A couple of pole reflections at this point in the day, but again, it doesn't get too bad because you can get brakes in them, so that's certainly nice. Finally, another kind Continental Globe 737-900 again. Most of the United aircraft really land on the other side. It's mainly Southwest and a bunch of regionals and some Frontier on this side. It's a really interesting. Dang, this aircraft. Before that, this aircraft really needs some work. It has some massive problems, but was really excited when the Lufthansa 340-300 in the old livery landed over here. This was on my record break to try to get the old new livery and Star Alliance 340-300s, and I got the Star Alliance, then I got the old livery, and then I got the new livery in Atlanta about a week later. So I was super happy to get all the various combinations. But let me just go back to that beautiful corner picture there. Not really corner picture, but not those. I'm sorry, the computer is reluctant to load for whatever reason. Let me see if I can get back to where I wanted. There we go. It is that. Well, the focus is slightly there. The focus is pretty good on both of them, but just need to add some sharpness to one of them. But beautiful shots here. I mean, I was super fortunate to see this absolutely stunning aircraft, and what a great looking plane it is. Again, we got to see the 340-600 in the old livery, never the 300. So it was really awesome when this happened, and I was super excited about it. So what a great looking airplane, and thank goodness it came on our side. But coming in from Munich, or sorry, this is Frankfurt. I'm pretty sure the next aircraft we'll see here in a little bit was Munich. I could be wrong, though. Maybe getting them backwards. But nevertheless, super cool to see Frontier flying year-round and on a really cool plane. So that was fantastic. Another ward down, United 320. So there we go. Yes, another European bunny rabbit. So if you guys remember the last Denver spotting video here on the patio, you probably remembered the European bunny rabbit from the previous one. Here is this one. Rolling around. I also did an Instagram reel on that, so definitely check that out. And there's a familiar face. That 145 that we sent out earlier that had a hard time starting up is now back here, and as you can see, really bright sun. So this first officer was shading his head so he could see where he needed to pull in. But what a great looking aircraft, and it is back in some crisp lighting here to round out this beautiful spotting session. But we still have a bunch to go with this United 737-900 landing in the Continental Globe livery. Really awesome push here at Denver towards sunset. As you can see, the lighting's just, I don't think I need to speak too much on it. Beautiful 145, beautiful 737, beautiful 737, beautiful 145, beautiful 737. Yes, there we go. Evo A319. Love that effort. Missed it barely by a little bit. It was because I remember I was doing that real European bunny rabbit, and then this 319 came around. So it's okay. We'll have plenty of opportunities to see more of those, and we got good shots anyways. So I just love the corner perspective. I'll show you which perspective. I'm talking about this perspective right here. Yeah, there we go. Another 321 with a very unique reg here for American 900 Uniform Whiskey. That's more of a US Airways type reg. So very interesting to see American hopping on that. There's that 340 taxiing into the ramp. I don't think I need to speak too much on that beautiful aircraft. It is a stunning piece of machinery, and ultimately super cool to get to see them utilizing it here at Denver. There was that 145 loading up, and here is the 340 taxiing in. I'm sorry, the computer's a little slow when it comes to loading all these shots. Try to get my best nose shot, and I think I actually got a decent one. Let's see if it loads here. Not too bad, but also not perfect, so can't complain too much though. Another Southwest 737-700. Patiently waiting. There's that United 319. And there is that 320. Goodness gracious, the light's just unbelievable at this point. 737, Delta 737. This was an aircraft that landed on the other side, taking off on runway 8, so that was very cool to get to see. So I was very happy about that. Another Southwest 737-700. There, man. United 737-800 Star Alliance taxiing out for departure here. Light is just unbelievable at this point in the day. I mean, I don't think I need to speak too much on the amount of just pure amazement I was feeling during this moment when the lighting was this good. So yes, very, very nice. Is that the end of the sequence? Okay, that is the end of the sequence. So let me go ahead and load the next round of pictures. Alrighty, everybody, so here we go for the last round of pictures, and man, what a way to finish this off. Beautiful Star Alliance. Was super glad to get to see that. Another CRJ-200. I mean, don't think I need to do too much speaking on that. That's fantastic. Here we go with Lewis, the Greater Stage Cross, something like that. Some sort of like turkey or something. I don't know, but that's a good looking aircraft. Here's the United 737-800. And again, was trying to get some double shots going here, but as you can see, the poles kind of screwed it up. Outside of that, really good effort there. So I was very happy about that. Yes, finally a Max, man. Where are these Maxes been? That's crazy. Next time I go, I bet I'll get to see more Maxes. In fact, when I was there in March, I saw at least 3 or 4 in about a 30-minute span compared to only this one here finally taxiing out. So glad to finally get to see a Max at long last. Not to mention the leveling on this spot's literally perfect. So super happy about that for the ground clearance on the landing gear and everything for photography purposes. So that was fantastic. Denver Air Connect loading up. There was the United, and then finally a Copa Airlines Boeing 737-800 making it in. Was super glad to get my first Copa model, and it was a very nice sentimental attachment after getting to see this aircraft here in Denver and other places. So that was fantastic. So that's what we have here. Unboxing of that coming very soon. Very cool with that double shot. Let me go back to that. That's worth looking at again. I know the video's been long, but might as well take a look at how cool that looks. So definitely different, but very cool shot. And the Copa in focus out of all planes. So looking fantastic right there. Absolutely love the effort. There's that Learjet looking fantastic. Very cool to finally get to see another BizJet at long last. That shot honestly came out really good. Oh, that is really cool with the spoilers also going down right there. So that was beautiful in that 319. Here's the United 175 finally coming back, and the Max taking off in the background. That was super cool. Maybe some of the Max went on the other side on this day. It's really hit or miss, like I said. So, whew, one has no words. That was the sun reflection, by the way, if you're curious on what that circle was. Yeah, yes. Very fortunate to get to see that. That's what I have to say about that. Another Southwest 737-800. Southwest finally filing back in after taking a little break. Just absolutely beautiful. And the glare was super hard to work with at this point. Finally, here come the Maxes. I don't know where they've been hiding all day, but they're finally coming out at the perfect time as well. Speaking of which, just absolutely incredible moment right here. I mean, as you can tell, we're losing sun literally minute by minute. So I'm taking advantage of everything I can. Here comes the United Boeing 737-300 after this Southwest. Yeah, that's a blessing right there. It was so super cool. You can see that. That's a really cool crop right there. Really excited for a crop on that shot like that. So that'll be really cool. So double shots and the clarity finally working out here towards the end of the day when it really matters. So glad to get all the kinks worked out earlier in the day. And I recommend the same to you if you do need to do that. So just really awesome photography opportunities right here. There goes that 777. That might have been the dullest return flight, I'm not sure, but beautiful 321 with IEs finally. And here's another Southwest 737-700 on short final here for rolling 17 right again. Looking beautiful here in just the amazing winter light here in Colorado. And this Southwest 737 also looking good. That was a 3-in-1. This Southwest that took off previously than this one, and now you get this one. So really nice all-around shot right there. Was very happy about that. And as you can see, the horizon is starting to get some pink in it, which is really cool. So it gets even better than this though, which is just crazy to think about. But man, excited to get another session like this soon. I ended up walking down to the concourse again. You're about to see why, but here's this, or never mind, not yet. I was taking a picture because this Southwest 737-800 came in from Orlando and now was docked up here at gate C66, my favorite gate at the airport because of the amazing views it provides of the ramp as you've seen all day today. Here's this Southwest 737-800 taxiing in right here, and here's this United 175, and I kind of had some double opportunities going there, so took advantage of those to the best of my ability. Really unique shots, even though they all didn't focus there at the end, but hey, it's all good. Here's this United 737-900 landing in. Again, the lighting at this point today, just absolutely surreal. Yes, a bunch of long shadows, but when you get the right angle, it's looking fantastic, man. Oh man, really awesome to get to see this FedEx Express with Don Dub's MD-11 freighter here right at the perfect time of light. I mean, that was awesome. I probably shouldn't have zoomed out for that one, but hey, it's okay. I had good shots in the bag at that point, so I'm not complaining. That shot was really cool, but let's go back to, yeah, either of those are just, it's awesome. Really special, really great opportunity. And then finally a Dreamliner, this United 787-9. Most of the United Dreamliners landed on the other side, so it was really cool to get to finally see one over here in some just absolutely gorgeous lighting here. And as you can tell, last moments here of light, but we're not quite done. This United 737-900 is looking fantastic. And then we're coming down to the edge, and there was one plane that I was watching very closely on the radar that I was very hopeful would come over here. Here's that Southwest 737. Should be coming up any time now. Not quite. There we go. Okay. Here is the Lufthansa Airbus A350-900 that landed on the other side of the apron earlier in the day, and I was kind of bummed out about it. But here we go, as it gave me one last moment here right before sunset, and it's this shot right here that's just, it's a little out of focus, but hey, these get a little bit better. Just slightly out of focus, but that's all good. Let me see, because it was really good in focus. No, I think it's okay. It just needs some sharpness on it. It looks like it came out a little bit grainy. It looks like it was trying to focus on the United tail. So it was a little out of focus, but hey, it's all good. Let's see. No, it's honestly pretty good. It just needs some sharpness on it, but thank goodness that came out so good right there. Yeah, that's very good actually, right? Yeah, that one was in focus right there in the middle. Yes. Very glad that came out perfect, man. Last moment, literally at the you can literally see the light on the horizon. I mean, that was literally perfectly timed. So was super happy about that. And thank goodness the sharpness came through one final time today for the Lufthansa 350, and just absolutely stunning plane. And even though we didn't get all the light on it right there in front of us, that's okay. UPS coming back in with another wave of a 767, a cool Lufthansa tail. And as you can see, the pink on the horizon still coming in. Landing in right there. The shades really coming in. Finally, a Dornier 328 jet finally arrives in, so that was super great to get to see. And there's the UPS Boeing 757 I decided to wait on because I wanted another shot at one. So here we go right here, even though it was shaded at that point, but the horizon looks pretty, so that was certainly nice. And the snow's still there too. Forgot about that, man. That was just really cool. There's the Dornier. And then this was the last major tree of the day. I'll put in a better shot that I took with my iPhone. But more of the love landing on the other side. I was kind of bummed about it, but I was like, hey, let's just go over there and walk towards it. And what a beautiful picture here. My iPhone shot came out really good. It does much better in lower light situations, but we were still able to pull off this incredible shot here. This is Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. More love, November 943 Alpha Sierra, a model which I already have. So what a perfect way to put the icing on the cake for this. That was just so awesome, and man, it couldn't have went any better. So super happy about that. And the crazy part is it was already time to go back to Tulsa here on my United number ERJ-175. Service back over to Tulsa here, gate B68. I had to get the settings working to get some better shots. There we go. Really cool with the BA taxi in the back right there. But this aircraft, like I said, will be taking me over to Tulsa, and that rounds out our Denver spotting. Ultimately, as you guys saw, that was one of the best. I mean, Denver's a really great airport, but typically is not that loaded. So several specials and a bunch of really cool planes. So was super glad to get to catch all that, and I thought it was a really great spotting session. Really lucky on the aircraft, most of them coming over my side, even making up for it with some of the Alaskas. May have missed one or two specials, but ultimately I think that we did a really good job. I was super happy with it, and I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video as well, excuse me. But yes, great spotting session at Denver. Really great opportunity, and as I said, this is definitely what exactly I was looking for after that June 25 spotting session here coming back from airliners. So was super happy with this, and I thought this was an absolutely awesome session. So be sure to stay on the lookout for the trip report coming up on this United 175, and also the in-flight videos on the second channel, and all the other great content to come, as I'm really excited to post it for you all. But a bunch of great content ahead. I hope you guys are excited for it. Let me know what your favorite catch from today was, what you think of Denver plane spotting, ultimately everything that came out of today's day trip. But nevertheless, that will do for today's video, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.